I-C. Heroic.
It's hi, Eric.
It's hi, Eric. Hi, Eric. How are you?
Okay. Oh, what happened there?
S.
How goes it?
M. Y.
I'm sure I'm blind.
Yeah.
My. E. Y. E. S. I. Eyes. A. R. E. R. H. E. A. V. Y. Heavy. My eyes are heavy.
Did
Yeah,
you look a
looks
little
like
red? Was he in the hot tub this morning?
No, I'm gonna ask him now. Eric, how do your eyes feel from yesterday? How do they feel? Do they still feel sore from it? Tell me.
Well, tell us.
I. T. C. H. Y. T. A. N. D. And. S. O. R. E. Sore. Itchy and sore.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some drops at the pharmacy for red irritated eyes and see if that will help, okay? They put sunscreen on him yesterday and he rubbed them right in his eyes.
Oh.
You rubbed it in your eyes?
Yeah, he rubbed them in his eyes.
What happened?
Y.
Yes.
E. S. Yes.
Someone put it on your face and you rubbed it in
And
your
you rubbed
eyes?
in your eyes by mistake or on purpose?
I. T. It. W. A. S. Was. A. M. I. S. T. A. K. E. Mistake.
Okay.
It was a mistake.
Maybe you didn't know how much was on your face and just
Yeah.
ripped
No,
your
I
eyes the wrong
think
way?
she put them on his hands and said, put it on your face.
Oh, and he
And
just.
he went.
And he rubbed like that on his eyes?
Oh.
So they're not gonna put any more sunscreen on your face. Gwen's gonna put it in your file that he doesn't need it because he wears a hat, so he doesn't need sunscreen on his face, and he doesn't like the texture. So they're just gonna do his arms and legs now.
Yeah, that's no fun with the eyes. There's not great
And it's
sunscreen, so I'm
hard.
sure.
That he wouldn't let us rinse them very well, so it was hard.
Oh.
Just kind of sat in there.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be okay in a couple days. They're just going to be kind of
Sore.
irritated for a couple of days, and then you'll be fine.
Yeah.
How was your Friday? Otherwise, I saw you Thursday. Or you know he wasn't off on Friday.
No, he was up. He was there.
F. R. I. D. A. Y. Friday. W. A. S. Was. C. H. I. L. L. Chill. Friday was chill.
Eric, I hear you hung out with Mommy's favorite animals at the zoo. You remember what animals you hung out with?
Y. E. S. Yes. T. T. H. E. M. Them. A. L. L.
Mall?
All.
Them all.
Yes, them all.
Them all what? which place did you? Because it was raining, so you only stayed in one exhibit. Do you remember what animals it was? It was Mommy's favorite. I could have stayed there all day too. Do you remember what animals there were?
Don't remember.
Push it. And you think what they're called?
Are you feeling a little bit stuck? It's okay.
Y. E. S. Yes.
All right.
Starts with a P. Does that help you?
Oh, I thought it was sloths.
What?
Sloths were your favorite.
They don't have them at our zoo.
I don't know.
Oh, there's no sloth at the zoo?
No.
Oh.
Starts with a P, and they hang out in the water.
No, he doesn't want to answer.
That's okay. You don't have to answer. I know you spent almost an hour and a half with the penguins, and they're mommy's favorite because they're always diving in. And
It is one of their cooler exhibits. I agree with that.
and it's
Yeah.
right by the entrance, so
Okay.
it's pretty cool. So Eric, what do you have to say about your party tomorrow?
D. I. D. Did. Y. O. U. W. A. T. C. H. Watch. T. H. U. R. S. D. A. Y. S. Thursdays. V. I. D. E. O. Video. Did you watch Thursday's video?
Do you think mommy watched it?
We both did.
Yes, we both watched it. I started watching it, it made me a little sad, so I shut it off and waited to watch it with Dad because I was sad that you couldn't
W.
stay.
H. Y. S. A. D. Sad. Why sad?
Because you were happy that you got extra days at home and you were worried that it would make mommy sore, and it did make mommy sore, and I wish you could stay with us. It just shows that you can't. It makes me sad, Eric, because I know you like going to Gwen's, and I know you love coming home, and I know you love having extra days at home, and it's just hard on Mom.
I. H. A. V. E. Have. T. W. O. 2. H. A. P. Y. Happy. H. O. M. E. S. Homes.
Yeah.
I have 2 happy homes.
Glad you
Pretty
look at
big
it that way.
blessing.
And
Yeah.
it is, like Madison just said, it's a blessing, Eric. We really lucked out because you're in a happy place, you're in a program you enjoy, and it makes Mommy's heart feel really good knowing that you're well taken care of.
Yeah.
And she sent me that picture of you and Joseph playing tickles, and the smiles on your face were priceless.
J. O. S. E. P. H. Joseph. I. S. Is. M. Y. My. G. U. Y. Guy. Joseph is my guy.
Did I hear he was going to come on Sunday and maybe Agnes?
Joseph is coming, Agnes is coming,
So Charlie was coming on.
Charlie, Brady, Kelly. There's maybe 10 people from program
Oh, wow.
coming.
Holy. So last week you're telling me no one RSVP'd, and now you got a list
Nobody's
of like.
this is just coming through Gwen.
Oh.
No one's talked to me. But this is what Gwen has told me, so
What's the room capacity?
50.
Okay.
I'm pretty good. I think we're good.
Joseph is your guy.
G. U. I. E. N. Gwen. A. N. D. And I. A. R. E. R. O. C. K. I. N. G. Rocking.
Finish it.
You know,
S. P. E. L. I. N.
you know, Eric, watching the 30 minutes of you and Gwen, I was blown away. Like, Gwen would give you a couple prompts, but you did so many letters on your own.
Yeah.
Think about it even just from the last time I was
A
there, the
huge
reduction in
improvement.
prompts.
Yeah, the prompts have gone down, and I was blown away, Eric. I knew you and Gwen work on it a lot, and you know that's amazing. And you should be super proud of yourself
Yeah, that's great progress.
because
seriously.
it's not hard, it's not easy to talk with someone that doesn't have the training, and you're doing it. You and Gwen are rocking it.
Yeah. Got more comments on that?
I'm HOPEFUL. Hopeful.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful.
Yeah, and it's
Okay.
showing. It's actually showing. Like you're putting in a lot of work to do this, Eric. And because of the pregnancy, we've kind of sped it up, maybe faster than we might have otherwise.
But probably for the best, honestly.
But honestly, I was just gonna say, but honestly, for the best, that it's helping you and Gwen. It really is.
I was going to say too, Eric, I know our last visit at program wasn't as like fruitful, for lack of a better word, as we hoped it was. But honestly, I'm way more, like, I think the progress with Gwen is even more important than the progress at program, you know, and I hope the progress at program continues to come, but Gwen is still your person, right? She's going to be
And
the one
she's
doing
still
appointments
there.
with you.
And
She's going
she's
to be the
still
one
there, right?
living with you, you know, so she's, in my opinion, the next most important person, I mean,
Yeah.
aside from your parents, to be communicating with, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that we're seeing that progress and I can see Gwen getting more confident and you more comfortable, I'm very hopeful for you guys. Maybe you'll be open-ended by the time I go on maternity leave, maybe you won't, but you're on the right track to get there. And that's what matters.
Yeah,
Right?
you were spelling words, Eric. Honestly, I did not spell them. So
DAD Dad WHAT what DID did YOUTHINK think.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I thought you and Gwen are doing really well. You're spelling well together, and you know, I really hope you can get to that independent. What did you call it?
Open-ended.
Open-ended
Yeah.
communication with Gwen and with me and Mom too.
I have a question for you. Do you know if there's any way to use like funding to cover trainings of like aids and stuff? If there's any avenue for that under like PDD or like insurance and stuff like that? You don't have to have a good answer for me. I recently had a family pay for their OT to take the level 1 RPM training through OT benefits. Now, obviously, that's like a regulated profession.
Yeah.
But I guess my question asking that, and I'm not suggesting you should pay like out of pocket for Gwen to take the training, but if there was a funded opportunity for Gwen to take training, that might help them get to that open-ended phase. Because like we're saying, right, Gwen is untrained.
Right, yeah, she's
Right?
untrained.
And so that gap, that practice is going from like known words to open-ended. Taking the training might help her in that. So I guess I was just, and again,
Yeah,
you don't have to have an
I
answer for me.
I
It might be
honestly
something
don't
to
know.
ask
Yeah.
Yeah.
about. I mean, we know they don't really like RPM. Well, PDD's been better, but anyways, that was my side question. I was thinking about it the other day because of this other family,
Yeah.
so I wanted to bring it up.
Yeah, I'll talk to Gwen because she knows more of the ins and outs of PDD than I definitely do.
ORTH worth AASHOT shot worth a shot.
Yeah.
And I know the next training is until January 2026.
How
So
long is the training?
4 days online, but it's always weekdays. 4 like full weekdays
Full days?
online. Or at least it's like 4 to 6 hours online in the middle of a day. So
Yeah,
it might make it difficult
I
for
don't know
her.
if she might be able to pull that off because
But
of work.
Worth exploring.
If you ever got open-ended with us, Eric, you think you would talk more at home? Do you think there's things you'd like to say at home that often that you can't, and it's probably very frustrating?
MAYBE maybe B UUT but AT at get, L, A, Z, Y, lazy, W, I, T, H, with, N, O, O,
The.
N, V, E, R, B, A, L, nonverbal, C, O, M, M, U, N, I, C, A, T, I, O, N, communication. Maybe, but at home I get lazy with nonverbal communication.
And I can't fault you for that because let's face it, I'm just as lazy.
But
I could do a lot. I could do a lot better.
And I'm mom. I know what Eric wants.
I know.
I can
and-
not read his mind, but his body, I can read his body language and I know what he wants.
Yeah.
Someone talked
Sometimes.
about it at the conference or in something else I was listening to, and she calls it learned helplessness. Not to
Yeah.
say that you're helpless, but that without communication as a family, you created like structures and habits and routines that didn't rely on communication. And so then introducing communication into those things when you're like, well, I can like you're
just-
saying,
yeah.
do this thing and it's going to get done for me. There's a loss of motivation there
That's true.
sometimes. I don't know. Does that feel like it resonates?
Well, and that's true much of the time, but even you know that there's some times
Yeah.
where you say things or won't say things. you want to do you have something on your mind, right? And we really don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And that gets a little frustrating sometimes.
Like, for instance, I guess that moment, maybe this is a good time to ask a question. Like, Thursday, I was leaving the house. You started to grab your jacket and your coat to come with me when you've never left Gwen's house with me and got a little bit, like, anxious when I was leaving without you. Like, for instance, that might have been a moment where communication would have been helpful. And I was on my way out. I had to go. I couldn't stop. But what do you think about that?
T, H, A, T, that, W, A, S, was, S, U, P, R, I, S, I, N, N, G, surprising, T,
Okay, go on.
O, 2, M, E, me, C, A, N, T, canned, E, X, P, L, A, I, N, N, explain, I, T, it. That was surprising to me, can't explain it.
And that's true. Now, do you think maybe at the time, I mean, if you've been able to, well, you know, like with us, if you're able to communicate at the time, do you think you might have said, okay, this is what's going on in my head right now. This is why I'm doing this. Like maybe you can't, now looking back on it, you can't quite explain it, but do you think maybe it would help if in the moment you could say, if we asked you, Eric, what's going on? You could explain it then.
What do you think?
What do you think?
M, A, Y, B, E, E, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard, but
Yeah.
look how far he's come. Like,
I know.
It's always about progress, right?
I'm impressed how far you've come, Eric.
Yeah.
And I just have one question for you, Eric. Tomorrow's your party. Do you want to go to the barber's and shave off your beard and get a haircut before your party? Or do you want to go like Grizzly Adams?
Mom clearly has a Mom's preference isn't hidden there at all.
Yeah, really.
Y, E, S, yes, H, A, I, R, C, U, T, haircut.
Okay.
Yes, haircut.
Okay, I will run you either this afternoon or tomorrow morning, okay? We'll get you all trimmed up, making you look like the not hairy Eric.
Impossible.
One thing I never get to ask you. I mean, how's Amanda? How's she doing? How are you doing with her? Any updates?
H, A, V, E, N, T, much.
Yeah, because they're not in bowling round this time, right? So
Oh,
they used to go to bowling on Tuesdays, I think it was, and
I see.
they would go in the handy bus together. So,
oh,
and bowling is done for 3. Eric didn't pick bowling this round, so
okay.
he picked out a different class.
Huh.
So he's not. I don't think he's in any classes with Amanda now.
I see.
Are you in any classes with Amanda?
Oh,
No.
oh, that's too bad.
But he sees her in when they're back at
Yeah.
base, but not
Yeah, not as much.
not anything to
Right.
do together. So,
Oh.
but she's still there. She's still smiling.
I S is E R F A N Irfan C O M I N G coming. Is Irfan coming?
No, sorry, Irfan can't come because Miriam says him and a restaurant don't go together well. So he's not gonna come, but he wishes you a happy birthday, and we'll try to get you guys together. I don't know how. But
Restaurants are hard for a fan, and he's on a specialized diet, so he can't eat a bunch of the food at
Oh.
Denny's. So it makes it additionally hard to be like, here's everyone else eating, and you can't
Yeah.
have it. But I did see him yesterday, and I do have something for you from him.
Oh.
So he'll be there with his love and his spirit, but not his physical presence. Do you think you'd want to set something up where, I don't know, like, I was pretty proud of him for coming to the potluck and stuff. Would you want to set something up like, kind of like outside or something? I don't know how they've hung out before. Mostly at, I guess mostly at Janice and Eric's
in
house. They
Eric's
didn't hang out much outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you wanted to get together with him, do you have a suggestion? Do you have a
Is there
suggestion?
something you'd like to do with Irfan?
D O E S does H E he L I K E like H O T hot T
Go ahead, finish that.
U B S tubs. Does he like hot tubs?
I honestly don't know, Eric, but you gotta remember, you don't like sharing your hot tub. So if you invite somebody over, you're either gonna push them out or you're not gonna go in till they're gone.
That's true.
So I know Irfan likes to go for walks. So maybe when Brittany has him for a walk, we could go and walk beside him and you can be in his presence.
What do you think about that? Setting up more of like a walk.
He does like walking a lot.
Okay.
He likes walking.
He'd probably keep you at a pretty good pace. He's not a slow. He's not a
E-E-S.
slow poke.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, we'll set that up then. I'll talk to Brittany because Brittany could probably handle the two of you. And she can take you both for a walk.
Just
We
like
can
we
all
used
go.
to
You can
hike
get
to-
your scooter at
That
Galapagos
sounds like
Street.
a lot more work. No.
You and your work. What do you mean your work? Just taking your scooter.
He lives up in the north. They're not going to come all the way down to
Oh,
Fish
they have to
Creek.
come for a street? Okay.
Brittany has to walk him around his neighborhood.
There you go. Maybe you got to see if you can set something up to hang out.
I'll talk to Miriam, okay? Because he can't come to our house because we got pets
Oh,
Y
too.
E S.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is there more of that? Yeah, is he allergic or doesn't like them?
He's very scared. Very, very scared of dogs.
okay.
And our
One or the other.
Yeah,
Our
these
yappy dogs would
yappy
scare the
dogs,
crap
yeah.
out of him. So
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Anything you want to say that?
I S is B R I T T A N Y Brittany C O M I N G coming.
well, Brittany is in the process of moving again.
Oh my goodness.
And her mom is flying in on Sunday, so she has to pick her mom up. But she knows it's on her radar, And she's gonna try and pop in, but she can't guarantee.
Okay.
She got the keys yesterday, so she's starting to move stuff before the movers come to do the big stuff. So she might be busy on Sunday moving boxes. But she's gonna try. She knows about it. How's that sound?
I'm S P E N D O N G spending C A N A D A Canada D A Y day W I T H with G U I E N Guyenne.
Yes, you are this year. You're gonna stay at Gwen's because it falls on a Tuesday, Eric.
Tuesday, yeah.
So you have program on Monday. You're gonna spend Tuesday with Gwen family. I'm not sure what you're gonna do, but you might take in a Canada Day event.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you have program again.
Yep. So yes, you are.
So we're just gonna let you stay at Gwen's so that Mommy can have the 5 days to rest.
Mm-hmm.
Is that okay?
Y E S yes.
Obviously, we can't make any promises, but any suggestions on a Canada Day activity that you might want to do with Gwen and family?
G O go T O 2 A N O U T S I D E outside E V E N T event.
Yeah.
Go to an outside event.
You sure you want to do that? Everybody's going to be wearing red, and now I know how much that would irritate you. You wouldn't like that, would you? Everybody wearing red.
H A H A ha ha.
I have a question, Eric. This is from Gwen. She would like to know what's your impression of the new car?
N O no C O M M E N T
No comment.
comment. No comment.
Didn't like it is. Okay.
Okay, so
They got a new car? She
they got a
new car?
brand new car.
Oh, new car.
Okay.
And you have no comment.
Is it red?
It is red.
Oh, my.
Then that's
You
one
couldn't
good
even
point.
convince your parents to buy a red car, and
Yeah.
here's one buying a new car. What the heck,
It's
man?
a brand new red car. He's got his own captain's seat in the back.
Oh yeah.
He can have his bags beside him. They were
Oh, is it like a three?
It's a
Sounds good.
Honda, the Honda Pilot.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh
With
yeah.
3 rows.
Yeah, nice. No comment. Come on, this sounds awesome.
Yeah, it sounds great.
What do you have no comment about the car?
Even though it's red.
N E W no C A R S cars S M E L L smell F
You make a good
You.
point.
N N Y funny.
Yeah.
New cars
There
smell
is a
funny.
very distinct
When
new
you
car
were-
smell.
Some
When
people
you
love
were right, it is the smell.
it. Yeah. Some people don't like it. It's very
Yeah,
personal.
I personally love a new car smell. But yeah, some people don't like it. And Gwen was wondering if it was bothering you.
Oh, because she's noted the smell as well.
Well, she says he acts a little funny in the car, so she wondered if the smell bothers him.
Yeah.
It will wear off, Eric.
Yeah. It
It
does.
doesn't last forever, and then you'll be riding around in a big shiny red car.
There you go. You couldn't even convince your parents to buy a red car. They bought a
That's true.
black car.
I know.
They didn't buy a green car though.
No, we did.
Thank God.
I guess you don't see many green cars. Some, but
I did. Yeah,
I see a
some.
fair
I
bit
see a
now.
bit.
yeah.
I don't know if they're coming back or what, but. Well, that was Gwen's question.
O N E 1 D A Y day I L L Hill D R I V E drive A R E D red C O N V E R T
Well, finish that off. I know what you're going to say, but finish it off.
You've lost me. It's some kind of car.
Come on, you know what he's going to say. Come on.
I B L E convertible. One day he'll drive a red convertible.
I'm
Well,
sure
let me
will.
know the day that you start driving.
Yeah,
I'm sure I'm
I will
not
not be on the road.
on the road.
I'm sure you could, yeah.
I would.
Can I have access to that angel sense so I know when he's out and about? Make sure I'm parked my car in the garage.
You
and
know
stay
what,
far
Eric?
away? No, I'm
Your friend Keegan practiced driving a golf cart at his at his trailer park, and he can drive it by himself now, and he's nonverbal. So never say never, you know, never say never.
You guys ever done like
You know-
go karting or anything with Eric?
No, but I thought about that when we went to that zoo up in Innisfail and we were driving the golf cart. I was thinking about letting you drive. I think maybe you didn't want to, but that would have been a good practice.
No, no, a golf cart, a go kart would be better practice.
Really?
Then a golf cart, you think?
What?
Because there's people
Well,
around.
yeah, I'd have to. Well, I mean, I would have taken him to some area where there wasn't people around, but
What do you think? If you had an opportunity like that, would you take it?
Would you like to try the golf cart next time?
Y E S E S.
Well,
I
I'm
wonder if
sure-
there's a place where you could go and rent a golf cart for an hour in like
just
an open
drive around
space.
this track. Yeah, there probably is something.
Well,
like that.
I'm sure you could find something like that.
It's not the worst way to do it because at least with
Yeah.
a golf cart you got like the go and the stop,
go
like the
and
two
stop.
pedals
Yeah.
and
Just,
the
just pull his
steering.
foot off and it's gonna stop, right? He just grab
Yeah.
his foot, it's going fast.
Yeah.
If he doesn't stop, when you say stop, you can. Yeah.
When we were kids at my grandparents' house, there was a golf cart because it was really hilly and you had to like cross the road to get to the lake and stuff. And that was fun until my cousins crashed it.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
keep you on a flat track. How about that?
Golf carts could do it, buddy. Well,
Yeah.
Mommy will do some research. Maybe you never know. You know, we do live in a community with a golf
The
course,
owls.
so we could even go down and talk to them. They might let us in one day when there's no golfers on the thing.
Well, I'm sure there's a better way than that. Well, yeah.
Mom will look into it. Maybe there's someone else that has like a farm property that has like a non-speaking child that might be like, yeah, come try a golf cart. I don't know.
Yeah. I'll put it on the autism page. You never know.
R Y try S O M E some
Go ahead.
T Y B I N G typing F L A T
Sure.
flat.
Good idea.
Try some typing flat.
12:30 we can do and did you get are we doing a Mad Lib today? I noticed Mo brought the other book.
Yeah,
We
maybe
could,
you
as
I
can,
well.
could, yeah, I got.
you can kind of show Wayne. Like if you do one, you'll kind of see how they work.
Why don't actually, Eric, why don't you and I try one of these independent with the
Yeah.
flat typing?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
I
good
got it.
suggestion.
And then Wayne can
And then
let
you
I got a
did
couple-
one for
I got a
this.
couple. I got a couple of these ready. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So Eric, you and I will do one of the lessons from this so that we
Dad
can kind of
see how
show
it works.
your dad. Okay? So Do you mind if I put a little bit of highlighter in this or write in
No,
it at all?
God, no.
Okay. So for all of these, she has